extremely exciting here today because this is the first day that we've been open as Wellington Academy in this brand new building. This building's meant to epitomise the future of education. It's meant to be 21st century education, a building that makes people think differently about learning, about teaching and what schools actually look like. I was very keen right from the beginning when we first talked about how we'd organise printing and other aspects of the Academy's administration to think about the use of biometrics, because I always tell the story of my son using a swipe card, and they were giving him a new card at the beginning of the dinner queue, and when he got to the till he'd lost it. We don't know whether he ate it or what he did with it, and the following day the same thing happened again. So that's children. Children lose cards, but children don't lose fingers. Okay, so the finger's definitely the answer, and I'm really pleased here that that most people went with it. They don't think they're being fingerprinted. They understand that it isn't a fingerprint. There's a secure data system, and they got quite excited about the idea that you put your finger on something to pay for your dinner, and it's quicker. And also the printing solution has got to be a really good idea as well.
In the old building, we had a mix of 5 copiers, multifunction devices, that were extremely old and were very high mileage. And we also had about 50 standalone desktop printers. Manageability was a complete nightmare. We didn't know who printed what. On some of our machines, we actually printed header pages on everything as well, just so we knew who had printed it off. Because obviously the tracking that we had is just at a very basic level.
Transferring to the Equitrac system has allowed us to identify which departments actually use printing facilities and how they do them. And now we need to develop that one step further and look at how we print jobs to see whether we're printing them in the most efficient and effective way.
We actually cost ourselves more money in a way to give ourselves some finer grained reporting. The first part of the solution was obviously the manageability. That was the key part. I need to know who printed, how much they printed, how much the whole solution is costing us, which is the sort of tracking that I didn't have before. It was just a complete black hole in the grey area of me just signing off large consumable invoices every month.
One surprise of the Equitrac system is that actually we appear to be doing far more copies than we had anticipated. And some of this may be down to the time of the year, whether it's exam revisions and preparing for a new term, but it does mean that we will be able to start putting some of the finer details of the system into place to monitor and track where we're printing and to make all staff and pupils aware of the costs and how to make things more efficient.
We did spend a bit more on a rather large reprographics printer as well, because we want to bring a lot more of that in-house. Obviously we've already started that. I mean, I think you've seen already we've done a large amount, some 25,000 pages in the first week, which is getting all our booklets ready for students. Now, we would have normally have subbed that out, but we've actually done it all in-house.
The Equitrac system is mainly there to see how efficient and inefficient our staff are. We have a purpose reprographics department, and obviously utilising other people to do the printing where they should be utilised by the reprographics department means that we're not making the best use of our time.
When we sat down, some year ago or whatever, and decided where we were going to put the multifunction devices, there were some gaps just in the way the building is, so we've had to utilise some of the existing desktop printers in those areas just to appease some of the users. But over time, and hopefully with the help of the reporting, I should be able to prove that a lot of those we'll be able to switch off and take out.
I'm glad I stuck out for it. They tell me it's more expensive to install, but it's an on-site cheaper once you've got it in, because you don't have to keep replacing fingers.